Hello, we are back in the dungeon. Because yesterday I made a response to um, Freedom Fan 15's objection to my. And listen, I didn't want to do this 3 days in a row. Every time I think about the Liberty Bell, it makes me stay up late at night in tears of anger. I didn't want to do this, but I have to. Anyway, near the end of the video, I mentioned that Schizkitty, not Schizcat, Schizkitty, made a response to Freedom Fan 15's video, saying he agreed with me, but he used a lot of language that I don't associate with, I don't agree with, and so I pointed that out, that I didn't want to be associated with him. I didn't condone anything he was saying. And this morning I woke up and saw that he made another video criticizing me for criticizing him. So I've decided to say why I believe that swearing is wrong, or at least not appropriate in this context, and why I needed to point this out in the first place. So, swearing is under the category of those sins, or those crimes which corrupt language. Now, language is very important. Language is how we communicate, how we do commerce, and how we express ourselves to other people, how we express our emotions. It's how we really do anything. Everything requires language. Anything we do with another person requires language. And anything we would do with a computer requires language. And lying and vulgarity, profanity, cursing, whatever you want to call it, are both corruptions of that language, which cause huge issues. I'm sorry about the drill in the background. But when you lie to someone, you are taking the truth and twisting it in some way, one way or another, to take advantage of someone. Whether that's out of a good intention, so to lie to someone because you how do I say this? Because you don't want them to feel hurt, or you don't want them to know about something that could cause them harm, but you're still twisting the truth to take advantage of them. Swearing is the same way. Swearing is taking language and corrupting it to take advantage of something, in some way. Now, let me every single swear word is taking a word which has some good, or which is good by nature, or at least not bad by nature, and making it bad by nature. Putting it in the skin of something evil. So, for example, the conjugal act. That's what the F word is. And it's taking it, this sacred institution, this sacred act between man and woman, and you're turning it into something gross and using it to as an expletive to express your anger, or your outrage, or to make something more humorous, but you're still corrupting it and making it seem gross. Another one is the S word. Yeah, SH. I'm not going to say it, but you know what I'm talking about. This isn't, I mean, you might think that feces is gross, but it's not inherently evil. It's something that is good and useful, and in many ways beautiful, and not because of, it's not something you want to be around, obviously, but it's the product of a natural function of your body. It's the product of a beautiful function of your body, which keeps you alive, keeps you breathing. Um, and you're taking that and making it something to be laughed at. Something to, well, I mean, I laugh at poop jokes every once in a while, but like something, you're making it gross, not in the, I don't want to be near it gross, but more like it is by nature something undesirable or like bad. Bad, yeah, that's a good word for it, bad. So, yes, swear words are a corruption of language, just as lying is. You're taking something and you're twisting it. I mean, and swearing, when you do swear, you can say, well, now because you know this, you might say, well, what if I just use these words like honestly? Well, the reason we don't use them is because they've already been corrupted, right? It's the same reason that if someone else lies, you don't keep saying that, like, well, it's already um I can't think of a better example, but essentially we're already associating these things with something bad. So in our brain they become bad, and when you say these words, when you use these words, the grossness comes with it because you've already attached it to grossness. The grossness is attached to the word itself. So that's why when someone uses the F word, it does have like real repercussions. It's not some subjective thing. No, this is a real thing because we as people have attached these values to the words, and now these words are attached to the values. And we don't want to use gross language. Paul talks about this in Colossians 4, I think. But it's just not something that's good. It's gross. It's undesirable to say things that are gross. You don't want uncleanliness coming out of your mouth. It's like lying. Someone who swears all the time is like a pathological liar. It's I wouldn't say it's an addiction, but it's definitely a habit of using something which brings just grossness into other people's lives. So in this video, he criticizes me for saying that I didn't want to be associated with this because I try to keep things rather clean. And there's one video on my channel which has a bad word in it. But, I'm not the one saying it. But I don't want to be I can be on the same side as you about the Liberty Bell. Like, if you accept the orthodox teaching on the Liberty Bell, that it is one of the worst things that our society has ever perpetuated on us, like continually perpetuated. If you believe in that orthodox teaching, good on you. I affirm your opinion. I thank you for supporting the truth, but I don't want to be associated with your vulgar language. I don't want to be associated with profanity. So I pointed that out because people might say, well, is this Schizkitty guy like a colleague or a peer of mine? And it's clearly not true, as I've made clear. But he calls me childish in his video for calling out swearing. I just want to say it's childish of you to be using language like that. It's probably the most childish thing there is. Not really, but it's up there. It's like to be using that language, at least in the manner that you do, where you just shout out these expletives with every chance that you have. I don't think in every case swearing is inherently evil. And I don't think you're evil for doing it, but I think you're like you're like a little kid. You're like a 7th grader who just found out how to swear properly, but not like properly. So you just use the words in occasions that don't really fit. Because if you're gonna swear, you got to be good at it. That's one of my my prerequisites. Like, it's less bad if you're good at it. You know, you understand what I'm trying to say. Or at least I'm less mad at you because I can laugh because it's funny. But um, so yeah, that's my my little dissertation. I got a long form video coming out soon, so stay tuned. See ya.